Your Honor, I missed the beginning of that. Are you saying that you're going to wait for Miss Lerma?
Yes, get back into the courtroom, and I'm starting the live stream.
Okay. She did say something about having to go back to work. I'm not sure she's going to be rejoining us. But I guess we can see.
Actually, that's, Your Honor, I think that's what happened. Kayla, could you unmute for a
So
moment?
we're going to proceed as a default. Is that correct?
It appears so. Was she going to come back? Do you know?
No,
Kayla?
so she did agree to just go to on mute, and she did, but then she disconnected. I've been trying to call her, it goes straight to voicemail, and she did mention she has to get back to work, but never advised me she was actually leaving.
Okay. We'll just proceed without her. You're back on, back on the record on November 5th, 2024 with Zoom. The case originating out of Uvalde County, cause number 17-04-31660. Let the record reflect that the state filed a motion to modify and motion to reduce arrears to judgment on August 16th, 2024. Mr. Andrew Escaleta is present, represented by counsel Lucinda Vickers. Ms. Lori Lerma was present for negotiations and then reported that she needed to leave for work and disconnected from Zoom. Mr. Escaleta, would you raise your right hand and be sworn, even though I can't see?
Yes, ma'am.
The testimony you're about to give in this cause should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You can put your hands down, and counsel, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm going to go ahead and call Mr. Escaleta. Mr. Escaleta,
Yes,
could you please state your name for the record?
Andrew Escaleta.
And Mr. Escaleta, what is the name of the child that is party to this case?
Isabel Rose Escaleta.
And how old is she?
6.5.
6.5? Okay. So it appears that the state filed a motion to reduce arrears to judgment and a motion to modify. And so you're in agreement to the modification. There was just some issues regarding the and in agreement to the arrears. There are just some issues on what you want to pay back. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let me just we'll start off with the arrears. So Your Honor, let me go ahead and show the may I share my screen? I'm going to show the FINA that way. I'm sorry, I didn't hear if you said yes.
Yes, I did.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Share. Oh, where is it?
Well, Your Honor, she can show the FINA, if I may interrupt. We will stipulate to the arrears that are shown on the financial activity report, and we would stipulate to the payment of the recalculated child support payment, current child support and current medical support payments. So I guess if that shortens the hearing to some degree.
It will, except that we
I
are
think
we are proceeding as a default, so we do need to get these numbers in the record.
All right,
Yeah.
that's fine, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right. So let me go ahead and share the FINA's. Okay. All right. So this is the financial activity report that is filed by the Attorney General of Texas. In it, we have the amounts that are past due as of October 31st, 2024. We have that Mr. Escaleta is past due $31,540.67. Mr. Escaleta, do you have any reason to believe that those numbers are incorrect?
Well, just like I described earlier, when I was in prison, incarcerated, they kept adding on instead of going to the 1%, so where they're supposed to, or something like that. When you're incarcerated, I know they don't charge you the same like if you're out here working. So that's why I kind of fell behind. And literally in all my cases was the same situation. I was incarcerated, but child support kept going. So that's why when I get out, I would be in debt real big because it was still going on while I was incarcerated.
I see.
So that's why now, like I said, we've been making payments, but I make them for the amount that they are because I won't catch up. There's no way I'll catch up in all my cases. So I pay the payments I've been making for each one to make it fair.
Okay, so, but back to the child support arrearage, 31,540.67. You don't dispute that amount.
That's the amount that's like back pay, right? Because like I said, I'll
Yes.
never be able to catch up.
Yes,
That's
that's
why
the-
I don't. I pay the
that's
child support because the arrears is kind of hard for me to make because, like I said, I have 9 children altogether, 2 outside, and I stay with 7, so it's kind of hard to tackle on the back pay, which I already, you know what I mean?
yes, yes.
But I need my effort.
Okay, we also have medical arrears of $4,574.34. Do you dispute that amount, or are you in agreement to that amount?
Yeah, because I didn't know how it worked. I thought when I made that one payment, that payment got divided into all that. I didn't know so much went to interest. Majority of it went to interest, and just a little bit goes to the child. I didn't know all that. I thought he was getting the full amount. I didn't know it breaks down into, you know, all them departments.
Not sure about all of that, your Mr. Escaleta, but Your Honor, we would like to enter State's Exhibit A, the financial activity. We would like to enter the financial activity report as State's Exhibit A to be attached to the order.
Any objection, Ms. Vickers?
No objection. I already stated we would stipulate.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Okay, so we have Mr. Escaleta, the some judgment amounts, and so you're asking the court to you're going to have to pay back that. Well, when you have to pay back that child support judgment amount of 31,540.67, you're asking that the repayment be at a lower amount of $200 per month. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and that would be effective December the 1st of 2024. You're also asking for a lower medical support judgment payback. The judgment at $45.74.34, and you're asking for a payback of $35. Is that correct? $35.
Yes, ma'am.
And that would be effective December the 1st of 2024. You also have
Monica, hold on. You cut out when you talked about the payback on the child support.
okay, that's payback at $35.
That's the
Beginning
medical support. What about the child support?
$200.
Okay.
$200. And then ongoing child support will be set at 13 point, well, ongoing medical ongoing child support is set at $249. Mr. Escaleta, are you in agreement to that?
I didn't hear you. What was that?
The new amount for child support is set at $249. You were in agreement to that? Are you still in agreement to that?
Yeah, that's fine.
That's beginning December the 1st of 2024. We've also got medical support to be reimbursed to the state as mom will continue to apply for government assistance. That is at $16 per month, effective December 1st, 2024. And you're in agreement to that one too. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Court costs are, well, the issue that Mr. Escaleta had was that he was requesting a waiver of the court cost, but we'll defer to the court for that too. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Ms. Vickers?
All right. Mr. Escalera, I think you mentioned it earlier, but you have a total of 9 children. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. 6 of them are with your current girlfriend, correct?
Yes.
And then there's 3 that each have an individual separate mother. And one of those is the one that's before this court. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then 2 of them you said are over 18 and out of high school.
Yes, ma'am, in college.
Okay. So are they living at home with you even though they're over age?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you said you were in prison for part of the time that the child support was ordered to be paid. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you're currently, your income did go up a little bit based on the fact, and we agreed to your child support for this particular child would go up a little bit. Is that right?
Yes.
We talked about $249 a month child support, and you've already stated that would be acceptable to you, and $16 a month on medical to reimburse the state, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so you're asking the court to, because your child support went up about $100 or so a month, you're asking for some reduction in the arrears, and those amounts would simply, they would cover the interest and would still have a little bit go towards the actual balance of the arrears. And I talked to you about that. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you're asking the court to approve those payments.
I'm sorry, ma'am. What was
Is
that?
that right, sir? You're asking the court to approve the reduction in the payments on the arrears.
Oh, yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Okay. And because of this situation, you're also asking that the court waive court costs, awarding court costs in this case. Is that right, Mr. Escalera?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. That's all we have, Your Honor.
So just to clarify, the numbers reported by the state, the 235, are the reduced numbers that you all are requesting. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Then, if there's anything else, Monica?
Just court cost issues, Your Honor.
Then court grants a judgment at $31,520.67 to be repaid at $200 per month beginning December 1st, 2024. How old is this child?
You'll be
This child
7.
is- Yeah,
7?
she's 6. Yeah, she's 6.5 going on 7, I think.
Medical support judgment at $4,574.34 to be repaid at the rate of $35 per month beginning December 1st. Child support is modified to $29 per month, plus $60 a month in medical support also to take effect December 1, 2024. Court costs are waived. Anything else?
That is all for
I
the state.
believe that's all, Your Honor.
Thank you all very much. You are all excused.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
I think.